back to another episode of Mr. Nink Geography. You guys kind of gave mixed reactions about the last episode. A lot of you were saying I stutter too much and I don't know what I'm talking about and I didn't do my research. But then there were a couple of you saying you love the video and keep up the good work and that you would love to see more. So here's the second one. I've been dealing with a lot of things. So I'm sorry, it's like 3 weeks after I recorded that video. But today, we're going to be focusing on this. This is the northern part of I-72 in the Beltway, or the partial Beltway around Decatur, Illinois, and what these ghost freeway ramps mean. Now, first off, I do want to say that this could be a stretch because I haven't found anything on Google about this, but I believe this is true. And the only thing I found was the Google AI overview. So maybe take what I am saying with a grain of salt. But right here, as you are seeing on your screen, is part of the Beltway, or the partial Beltway of Decatur. It's the northern part of the Beltway, and there are these two ramps that act like another highway or another interstate is going to have an interchange with it and go somewhere. Well, from what I've found, I believe that interstate was I-39. This is I-39's current routing. It starts in the north part of the Bloomington Beltway and goes all the way up through Illinois, past Rockford, past Madison, Wisconsin, kind of sort of past the Wisconsin Dells, and then just randomly ends after going through the Wausau, Wisconsin Metro, and that area about mid-Wisconsin. So it goes from about north-central Illinois to central Wisconsin. Now, if we take a look at Street View, you can see this is the westbound. You can see the little bit where it joins up, and this is eastbound. You can see where it joins up too. I've noticed when driving through this area that truckers will pull off there and sleep because I guess it kind of looks like a parking lot up there almost, but it's not shown on Google Earth or Google Maps. But I guess truckers will go up there and sleep. I've drove through there a couple of times and I've seen trucks there. But what I want to take a look at is 3 possible routings if this were to ever expand to I-39. The first one we're going to talk about is what I would do. The second one is probably the more likely, and the third one is probably the least likely, but it's still possible. As you can see from the little blue dot in the bottom of the screen, that's where the ghost part is, and then this is where I would build the freeway. This sort of follows parallel to US 51 and will link up in the south part of Bloomington with I-74. This doesn't go through any towns, however, it goes through hella farmland. And this is where it would link up, probably like right here on South Morris Avenue. The only issue with my version, it would cost anywhere between $500 million to $2 billion. And because we're laying about 40-50 miles of new highway, up to interstate standard highway, it would have a pretty penny price tag on it. And there'd be a lot of environmental concerns with it running through countless acres of farmland, and we'd have to use a lot of eminent domain, and it would be a whole mess. But that's how I would do it, minus all the issues and everything. Let's take a look at the more likely of what's going to happen if this is a real project. I'm thinking this is more likely what's going to happen. It will go off of its little ghost freeway area and link up to US 51 a little north of Forsyth, and continue following 51 up around Clinton and following 51 till it links back up with I-74 in South Bloomington. Now, the reason why I would say it wouldn't continue through Bloomington, because it would just take the beltway around Bloomington and link up back to its north counterpart in the northern part of Normal. We could use this already existing interchange with I-74 in the south part of Bloomington and put it up to interstate standards. This would also have great economical and population gain for Hayworth, Wapella, Clinton, and Maroa. These otherwise small towns and one small city could benefit from all the interstate traffic, it being a possible connection between St. Louis and Chicago. They could have the benefit of being connected to an interstate instead of being around 50 miles away from one. However, it could also be detrimental to their economy, and it could kill some towns. It could do a lot of things. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if IDOT is looking to do this or anything, but I believe this would be a cheaper price tag than what mine would be, because US 51 is already kind of close to freeway standards anyway. You're allowed to go 65 on it. Now, from the calculations I've done, this possible link between the Ghost Freeway and the rest of I-39 would have an estimation of about 360 million to about 600 million, maybe about 20 or 30 more million for the interchange in Bloomington and the interchange in the north part of the Beltway of Decatur on I-72. This one's a little silly. It follows basically the same routing as the one I said I would do if I was in charge, I guess. But this one links up to I-55 south of Bloomington. However, this would probably cost more than mine and more than the other one combined, and is super highly unlikely, but also could happen. Who knows? Who knows if this project will even happen? Well, that's all I have for this episode of Mr. Nink Geography. If you would like to see more, let me know. And if you would like to see this project happen, or do you think it's already going to happen, or do you think it's not going to happen? If so, why? Comment down below your ideas and thoughts about this. And I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.
Rune Beats.
Mr. Nink on the beat, yo.